another video. So this is actually my second attempt making this video because last time it took like 20 minutes to create this video. So this time I'm going to try and make it as short as I can. But here we go. So I'll just give a little introduction to what's going on. This is a simple adventure game in Python that can be coded by absolute beginners. And the code link to this repository, which the GitHub repository, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. I don't want that. Okay, so the programmer may decide how to add their own twist. Obviously, it's just like a basic outline sort of for the actual code. And if any of the code doesn't make sense, just put in the comments. It says please watch my YouTube video on it. You're watching it right now, so there we go. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this file. I'll create a new folder here and I'll name it adventure. I think, yeah, okay, so and then we'll create a new file saying like add.py. Okay, and let's get started with the code. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna import this library called time, and if we hover over it, it's not letting me select it for some reason. But anyways, it just gives like a bunch of time functions, like such as pausing your program for a certain time and whatnot. So first we're gonna set an input here, and actually should we just print welcome to my game. And we're going to set our first variable. So we'll set x equal to this input, which is what is your name. And it should be capitalized. What is your name? And obviously you want a space after this input just because it looks a little bit more cleaner when running the code. As you can see, there's a little space which clearly helps in typing out whatever your input is. And now from here, depending on who you want to play this game or not, you can create an if statement saying like, if x is equal to, I don't know, Jacob or something, then just quit the program and say get out of here. Otherwise, you can just create this basic statement that'll just print welcome to my game, user. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put print welcome to my game, and right here, so this is a string just because it's a variable here, so we're gonna put plus str x, and this str is like a function that kind of inputs the string. You can't add x directly in the quotations, or just said welcome to my game x, so you have to put str and whatever this variable is. Alright, so it doesn't have to be x, you can name it any variable you want, but just make sure you change it over here. So welcome to my game strx, and if I run this here, let's clear this. If I run this, alright, welcome to my game, what's your name? Let's put I, and as you can see, welcome to my game, I. So now, let's get started with the actual main adventure game stuff. So we're gonna print, this is a game of bravery, skill, and luck. And obviously this is a bit of an exaggeration from what I actually have in the code, but depends on what you guys want, so you can do anything with this. So, this is a game of bravery, skill, and luck. And also we're gonna add a function here. There's gonna be time.sleep. So we're actually taking use of this time library. What this does is pauses the program for 2 seconds, which is really good. So yeah, let's say you want to pause the program for a certain amount of time. You just put the number of seconds in these brackets and parentheses, and it'll just tell you. So now we're gonna create an if. I forgot the input. We're gonna create another variable, and I'm gonna input this as, are you sure you want to continue? Put a space here, and now we're gonna create our first if statement. So if y is equal to, and this should be double equals. If y is equal to yes, I'm gonna put colon. Then what happens? This should not be equal. This should actually be not equal. So we put if y is not equal to yes, then what happens? So we're just gonna say if y is not equal to yes, then we're just gonna quit the program. But obviously you can add a little bit of like a message saying your choice, and then like, dot dot dot. I don't know what happens, play the game again. What am I doing? So yeah, that's what happens if y is not equal to yes. Now, let's say you did say yes. Now the game continues. So let me just like this as a buffer. But now there's like a minor problem here, and why did I do that? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay, alright. Welcome to that game. What is your name? Just put hi. Welcome to my game, hi. This is a game Bravery, Skill, and Luck. Are you sure you want to continue? Now, let's say I'm like, for whatever reason, I just put like capital Y, capital E, lowercase s. As you can see, it still says your choice, which is really bad. The special command in Python for this is called .lower. And you can't just put $lower, you have to put parentheses to call the function, actually make it work. Now if you put like capital Y, lowercase e, uppercase s, it'll still work. So now the time's getting kind of annoying, but as you can see, it still works. So there we go. Alright. So are you sure you want to continue? What's next? So now we're gonna get started. So you are stuck in a cave. You may look up, which is U, down, which is D, left, which is L, or right, which is R. And the reason I'm using these little parentheses letters, this is not part of like any code or anything, but we're just trying to say use these or else it's just going to quit on you. It's kind of forcing the user to put these little keybinds here, sort of. So now we're going to input where do you look. So you can either look in any of these 4 directions. Where do you want to look? We'll set this as a variable z. Alright, so now we're going to create another if statement. We just add a bunch of lines of code. So if z is equal to what? Let's start with r actually. So if z is equal to r, then we're gonna print you look to your right and you see a window, and it'll say beside it is a hammer. Beside it is a hammer. You may choose to use it to break the window and possibly escape. This is becoming tremendously long. And then we're going to set a new variable here. So w is going to be equal to this input. Do you want to use the hammer? So do you choose to use the hammer? So hammer, question mark. And now we're going to create an if statement inside of this if statement. So this is where things get very, very complicated. No, I'm just kidding. This is not that complicated. So essentially it's called a nested if statement, where you have an if statement inside of an if statement. But anyways, we'll just continue that code here. So if y is, and by the way, it should be not equals. I don't know why I keep on forgetting this. Also, if you're wondering why this has like the not equal sign math that you see, this is just like a specific font. You should be seeing like an exclamation and an equal for not equal. But yeah, if you want video on like daemon setup here, just tell me in the comments below. So if w is not equal to yes, then we're gonna print you have exhausted your only chance. I don't know if that's the right use of vocabulary, but your only chance to escape. And I'm just gonna print game over. So don't play this again, go and cry. Game over, ... And we're just gonna quit the program here. So that's the first. Oh yeah. Then otherwise, then we're just gonna print you break the window and you are free. Oops. Yeah, you are free. What? Oh, I forgot the. Okay. And then we're just gonna print you win. You can continue the story however you like, but I'm just gonna put you win here and not quit. We're just gonna keep the program running. Now you're gonna have to do this for each of the four variables here. which gets kind of repetitive. So I'm gonna skip the process here, and I'm just gonna like show you, just copy paste from the actual code here. So here are my different responses. So, and I don't know. Okay, so now let's say if this person looks to their left, what happens? Oops, that's not properly indented. Now, let's say if you look to your left, you see a monster, and then the game's over. So all of these are like actually pretty simple. There isn't too much thought that you need to put into this. The only reason I use that little nested if statement is because to make the video a little bit more interesting. Otherwise, it would have been really boring. And I forgot the if statement, so just type this in. If z is equal to u, I think this is for u. This is not. Okay, there we go. So I have another if statement, nested if statement here. And this is kind of funny because you see an opening to the cave, do you want to run to the opening and possibly save your life? It's kind of like appearances seem deceiving. Appearances may seem deceiving. I forgot what the saying was, but like, let's say you want to run, say yes, you failed, a monster finds you, like it's a trap. However, if you say no, like if you say like, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm doing this right. So if you say anything other than yes, you still have not made the right choice. Like even my cursor is getting a little bit bigger here. However, you have failed, and then it just quits. So ultimate plot twist right there. Nobody would have expected that. So really funny. It's not that funny. Okay, so by the way, answer is not defined. I put answer in my original code that you're gonna see on GitHub. But yeah, I don't know why it's saying 1. Okay, but anyways, so now if you look back, you see a gush of water, and with no time to react, you drown, and then it quits the program. Now, let's say you've survived all of this, alright? You survived left, up, and down. You finally get to R, finally get to the right choice. Now, what happens? The program's going to keep on continuing because, as is in these 3 cases over here, it literally quits the program for L, U, and B. Only for R, it continues the program. So you can continue however you like. I'm just going to put ... And you can also like for part 2 loading or something. And also I guess you can put the little time.sleep here. Sometimes it seems kind of unnecessary putting this time.sleep, but it's also important because it's important in later codes that you'll experience as a more advanced programmer. But yeah, anyways, that's the code. I will like leave a link to the GitHub repository. Make sure you check out the code. By the way, it's only my first repository, so yeah, so I'll try and create more code and videos, keep you updated. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.